And every enterprise you enter into has its own set of rules. Take grammar. Anne, please give us an example of a rule of grammar.
I before E, except after C.
Good. Felix, how about music? Can you think of a music rule?
Oh, I know. The scale is always in the same order. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. La, ti, and then do again.
That's correct.
But those are important rules, Miss King. If I were a rule, I wouldn't want to be a paltry rule about not talking. I'd want to be a very grand rule that advances learning or inspires the imagination.
Well, let's see if rules can inspire this class's imagination. Your assignment for the weekend is to write an essay entitled Rules.
How many words does it have to be, Miss King?
That's up to you.
What? I don't understand. Do you want the essay to explain the rules, or do you want our opinions about them?
Do you want us to list all the rules for grammar?
Do you want...
Those questions are for you to answer. All I will say is that I expect the completed essays on my desk first thing Monday morning.
All this because we whispered? I don't know what to write. I mean, rules are just there. What's to say about them? I'm going to say that most rules are ridiculous and restrictive, and they don't help people to learn. You're not. Well, suppose there was a rule that you couldn't sit under an apple tree. How would Newton have discovered gravity? If I were a teacher, there would be no rules at all. Ouch! Oh, I'm at a loss, a veritable loss. It's as if my mind has been drained of all creativity.
Staring at a blank page isn't going to make the words appear.
It isn't fair. Miss King didn't give us any guidelines. How am I supposed to know what she wants us to say about rules?
Maybe she wants your opinion. You certainly have plenty of those.
That's how I began. I explained with the utmost tact that most rules are useless and only get in the way of genius and inspiration.
Well, that's certainly an opinion.
But it only took one paragraph. She should have told us how much she wanted us to write.
So you complain about rules in your essay and then complain to me she didn't give you any.
Do you think she didn't give us any rules on purpose?
Very likely. Perhaps Hetty wants you to discover things for yourself. In my opinion, that's the sign of a good teacher.
Oh, I suppose so. But it's a singular shame she's so interested in rules.
Well, I'm interested in your books being cleared away, the table set, and Matthew being called in for dinner. Unless you think setting the table before dinner is one of those useless rules.
Of course not, Marilla. I would never willfully ignore your rules, no matter how much they contribute to the destruction of my independent spirit and good nature.
Good. I think.
You haven't written very much. I haven't time for a conversation with you now. I must get Matthew from the barn. He's going to be vastly disappointed in you. Vastly disappointed about what? That you're going to break a rule? What rule? About going to Dawson's Field tomorrow. He won't find out. The hunt for the Golden Crown is a secret. We're not allowed to tell anyone. That sounds like a rule to me. So what if it is? The warning to stay away is a rule too. You can't obey them both. Which one are you going to break? I don't know. I have to think about it. Matthew, do you think all rules should be obeyed?
If possible, rules aren't made without reasons.
But suppose there were two rules that were in conflict. Then what do you do?
Not sure. Pick the most important one, I guess. You care to tell me what these rules are about?
I'm not allowed to. It's a secret.
It's hard to help you if you don't tell me.
Oh, Matthew, it's just a silly kid's thing.
It's funny how kids complain about all the rules adults make and then go make up a bunch for themselves.
But we make sensible rules.
Well, let's not be late. In this family, eating dinner on time is one of Marilla's most important rules.
Everywhere I look, there's a rule. No dinner for you. You're already stuffed. I'll be back this afternoon.
Don't be too late. Matthew's helping with the burn. He'll be in the fields all day, so there'll be extra chores for you to do. Did you finish your essay?
Oh, yes. I finished by saying that some rules are good, but most are bad, especially rules that are made for children.
I hope you're not expecting Hetty to give you high marks for those pearls of wisdom.
I'm only speaking my mind. You can't give someone a bad mark for that. I don't see why I shouldn't get a high mark for speaking my mind, as long as it's written neatly and without spelling errors. It's not my fault that school would be even better if there were no rules at all.
No rules at all?
Hello, Dryad. What are you doing up there?
Listening to you. And as hard as I try, I can't imagine a school with no rules at all.
Then you should work on your imagination. If I were a teacher...
If you were a teacher? Wonderful! Then a teacher you shall be! That's much better.
You want me to be a teacher?
Why not? You'd make a wonderful teacher. All those ideas, an excellent communicator, you were born to it. A splendid opportunity awaits. Listen, it's a class of young spirits in need of a teacher to take them on a field trip.
I'll do it. I'll be a teacher. Oh, no.
Will learning help us to grow? No, all we need is good soil, strong sunlight, and a few drops of rain.
Yeah, get off me, Spud.
Hush, Mush.
Oh, Carrot Top, that's so beautiful.
It's a load of root rot. If we can't learn, how can we ripen?
Whoa!
You want me to teach these,
Botanical spirits. They might be a wee bit unruly, but you're a teacher now. You can handle it. Here's the register. At the other end of this log, you will find a path that leads to the Cave of Bubbling Water.
The Cave of Bubbling Water?
A fascinating spirit phenomenon. Spirits come from all over existence to see it.
See what?
Everything you need to know is in this guidebook. There's a path that goes to Acorn Hill. Whatever you do, don't let anyone step off the path. It's not safe. Good luck!
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning!
It's a human!
No one peels me. She does have exquisite hair.
My name is Anne, and I am your teacher.
Uh-oh, now she's gonna list the rules.
You're wrong. I don't believe in rules.
No rules?
Are you absolutely sure you're a teacher? Who cares? She said no rules. Hear that, Mush? No rules.
And I mean it. You needn't raise your hand when you want to speak, and I'm not even going to take attendance.
Hey, how will I know who I am?
You're a potato. And as soon as you get off the mushroom, we'll go on our field trip.
Spud. They call me Spud. That's my name.
Which you would have known had you called attendance.
Yes, that's true, but wouldn't it be far more interesting if you introduced yourself like Spud did?
I'm Mush, and I'm a mushroom. Although I feel like a squash.
Oh, stop whining, fungus face.
My name's Teardrop. And I'm an onion.
Carrot Top is a carrot, and I'm a pea pod. My name is...
Pod.
Exactly. I don't need another name. I'm very comfortable with who I am.
Good. Thank you for sharing that information. Once we are in the cave, there is one rule we must follow for our own safety. It's the only rule that you will ever hear coming from my mouth.
Hey, Carrot Top, what do you think of this teacher? I don't know, she seems...
And that rule is to stay on the path at all times.
Do we have to walk together?
File.
What? Slow down. One at a time.
Do we have to stay together?
And walk in single file?
do we have to keep quiet in line?
I'm not interested in making rules, just so long as you stay on the path. Let's go. Whew, that went well. Finger grass. Hello. Must be a dogwood plant. Down, boy, down. Umbrella flowers. I fail to see why they call you umbrella flowers. Aha! Whoa, careful! Spud, Mush, come back here! The path is too narrow. You shouldn't run. Is that a rule?
Sounds like a rule to me.
What would happen if you tripped and fell in?
We'd be cooked.
Maybe we should walk. There, you see? If one behaves sensibly, one doesn't need to make up rules.
That doesn't look like walking to me.
How come teachers don't have to follow the rules?
I don't know. Come on. Whoa!
Let's walk.
Aw, this isn't much fun.
No, but it's safe.
What happened?
They left the path. Lily doesn't like us.
Wait, I can't understand if you all speak at once. Teardrop?
Oh, it was terrible, miss. They left the path to look at that lily. The flower was down on the ground like it was supposed to be. But Carrot Top tossed a pebble right into the lily center. That's when it started to grow and grow and grow. Oh, now they're way up there.
You were supposed to stay on the path.
Nobody told us that.
I did tell you, but you were too busy whispering to each other to hear me.
That's not our fault. You should have had a no talking rule.
Then we wouldn't be trapped. Uh-oh. Teapot's upset. I think she's gonna split. Split?
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. I owe you an apology. I'm the teacher, and it was my job to make sure everyone heard my warning. All of us have discovered a lot about rules in the past few days. We've discovered
That some rules protect you from danger. Other rules help us live together.
and make sure that everyone is treated fairly.
I was surprised to discover that there were so many rules and that every rule has a reason.
There are so many rules that it might be hard to obey them all, but from this moment on, I am determined to break as few of them as possible. Thank you.
Girls,